Welcome, Taurus, to your September reading. This is for Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising. So if you are wanting to get the most out of the videos, watch all of them. Watch your Sun, Moon, and Rising, and some might resonate with you better than others. So, and if you're new to my channel, welcome. Thank you for watching. And I've been here since 2017. I'm an intuitive transformative therapist. I use energy tools, metaphysical tools, spiritual teaching to help people get unstuck and move forward, work through life's challenges, ascend, and do all the things that help us as we are on this path and this journey, and how to make the most of it and fulfill purpose and all that wonderful stuff. So thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. And if you want one-on-one services, my information's below. Okay, so let's see what the first card we have coming out here is the Nine of Swords. So for some of you, you might be going through some stress lately. This is definitely, nicknamed that 3 a.m. card, like tossing and turning up, just stressing out about something. Your mind's racing. Swords have to do with your mind, your thoughts, your beliefs, your ideas, air, related to air. And for some of you, I definitely sense that you are something is causing, general readings. For some of you, it could be a relationship. Others, it could be work or money issues. I definitely get work is a big part of it for a large group of you, because what's coming out is this Three of Pentacles. This has to do with work, and it's pentacles, it's money, it's how you make money, it's your craft, your skills, your talents, and your abilities. So they're coming out together, and I do get that there is maybe some things that are just demands. It could be projects and deadlines and things that are keeping you awake at night, some learning curves, just something that is causing a little bit of anxiety. So how can we, manage some of that? Well, the first card is the Four of Swords. This is a great sort of message for those of you that you would benefit from resting. This knight is been out on his battles, and he's back, and he's in the sanctuary. He's peaceful, he's prayerful, he's reflective. Maybe if you're looking for some solutions, work related or other areas of your life, relationship that's causing stress or anxiety. Some of you may be overburdened in your family. I'm getting you've just been asked to do a lot lately, and it would be really helpful for you to take some time to rest, reflect, rejuvenate, meditate, go to the spa, something, walk, and this message is coming out in this card, TikTok. Now, this is not the TikTok like, hurry, you're running out of time, don't get stressed about that. This is more of a take your time message. Slow down, tune back into your higher guidance, prayer, meditation. Go out in nature. What's coming out too is grounding. This card, grounding, is important. And then this other deck, grounding or grounded, this anchor. Both of them have this. You are Earth, Taurus, so you need to kind of ground yourself again right now. And literally, some of you maybe just take a walk, go out in nature, walk on the beach, walk barefooted if you can, because that's where the real benefits of true grounding happens, is from the negative ions coming out in the earth. And you're gonna, that's gonna help you transmute this coming out, whatever's been causing this stress, or pressure. Just transmute the negative into the positive. Get some rest, refreshment, just that pause. And then you can move forward, and this will start to happen. This change of seasons, this big life cycle. This is one of the best cards that can come out in the tarot. It is Wheel of Fortune, Jupiter energy, which is expanding, new cycles expanding. And maybe this has happened recently. You've entered into a new cycle and you're feeling stretched and you're feeling pulled and you're feeling demands are placed on you. Um, but you're going to get the answers you need. You're going to, have a change in the wind, if you will. So things are changing. They're not going to last. Um, and it's stretching you. That's what I keep hearing for some of you. You're being stretched out of your comfort zone. That's causing the anxiety, with the north and south nodes that changing signs in August. It's about leaving the comfort zones, leaving the old things, the familiar, and stretching into new territory, new skills, new talents, new things that might be in alignment with your purpose, but they're causing, you know, um, they're causing some reactions, if you will, but that's okay. You can trust the process. This is from the angel deck, angel messages. Just trust that this is part of this one, and also that it's not going to last. I get for many of you, this clock, this timing thing this is a short lived anxiety or stress or demand that's being placed on you. You are transmuting that energy, especially if you get grounded, just honor your feelings and what's coming through for you to do for yourself. Maybe you're looking for some solutions to things. And as you do that grounding work, that reflective work, however you like to do it, you're going to uncover some treasure. So I do get messages are going to come below the surface. Your intuition can kick in, your higher guidance can kick in, and you can kind of tune in and hear better when you're rested and peaceful. For some of you, you might need to shield yourself a little bit. There's these two cards coming out: protection and shield yourself. So just know it's okay to set some healthy boundaries. Maybe you need to take this a short time to tell people, listen, I can't do all this right now. If it's appropriate to tell them, and just, you know, it's okay to set those boundaries, to say no. This angel message, it's okay to say no. Now, for some of you, this could be your answer is no. If you're trying to decide, should I continue in this path or go another direction? This answer, however it resonates with you, is no. Pay attention to the no. And if that no is for you to tell others no, it's okay for you to honor that. Yes, these, the cards, when multiple decks, it's so interesting and kind of magical to me, and the Akashic, you know, element that they all work together. They all tell a story, and honor and trust your feelings. Trust that even if this stress is feeling overwhelming, one, it is going to pass, and two, it's okay to start saying no to wherever you need to set some boundaries and focus your time in the right direction. Um, and it's okay to say no and be assertive. Maybe you need to tell people that you just need a little hiatus, or you need to take a break from something. Um, and things are going to change. This great new energy, new cycle coming in that is moving you into another place. Could even feel like some miracles are starting to happen. Miracles are they're very misunderstood, and I love how the Course in Miracles defines miracles. As we elevate our frequency and we get in the flow of alignment with source, spirit, God, whatever you define them, that's when miracles just sort of happen. We're in the right place at the right time. The synchronicities line up. It feels good in our body. Your body knows truth. That's the whole premise of kinesiology and how it works, which is a fancy word for saying muscle testing, if you're not familiar with it. But it's testing a lot of different things, and there's great books on that. But your body knows truth because your body holds your spirit, and your spirit is always in the presence of Source, of God, and we're the ones in life and culture and busyness and everything, ego crowds out those messages and those opportunities for miracles to show up. But they definitely can. And I'm getting for a lot of you Taurus, it's not just about waiting for the change of seasons. There is definitely a strong message for you um, to just get some realignment is the best way to describe it. Get that grounded realignment energy, um, and maybe even just you know, transmuting what seemed like a negative into positive. That's the alchemy of spiritual work. It's the alchemy of just the whole universe is transmuting dark into light. And the Fibonacci is based, just cycles where things come and then they go, and the yin and the yang, and a lot of interesting ways to navigate the ups and downs of life and move into this direction. I always love this card when it comes out. And it's funny, it was 1111 timestamp on the video. Talk about synchronicity. So, and of course, this is a lot of the reason I named the channel Milk and Honey. It is about moving from victimhood to being victorious. It's, comes from the Old Testament where God's people were wandering around in the desert for 40 years. And ironically, if you didn't know this, their journey, because God kept promising to take them to the land of milk and honey, the land of the promised land, it was only 11 days journey. And the reason that it took them so long was a lot of what they were doing to block that process. Now, God met their needs. He provided manna for them daily. Their daily needs were met, but they weren't thriving. They weren't victorious. It wasn't this. It wasn't, we've got the rainbow, which always represents promise, abundant food, not just manna, that feeling of abundance, that feeling of prosperity, abundance. It could be abundant love. It could be abundant friendships, abundant sense of community, or abundance of fulfilling your divine purpose in this life. And that's where we're headed. And that's the kind of work I love to do, is helping people get unstuck and using the metaphysical tools that I've seen work so much better than secular tools, if you will, and faster and in the most joyful way. And God doesn't leave any stone unturned, and we learn as we go through these things, and that ultimately ends up being a big part of the purpose in some of that. And that's what you can trust is this path, this, for those of you who are really dealing with something stressful. It could be a stressful relationship, stressful time in your family, stressful time with finances. There is a change in the wind, and there is this coming, and you can just trust that because you're headed to a higher place, a better place. And you've got the tools, at least, to grounding and resting in prayer is a big part of a solution. If you'd like to go deeper and you want to work at a deeper level on that, my information is below. I'd love to hear from you. As always, thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing. If you are new, leave a comment. All that stuff helps the algorithms. It helps the channel grow and more people see it. And do watch your sun, moon, and rising signs and all the other ones. And I will see you next time.